I'm Sttowe here, and this past weekend I went to the Too Many Games convention in Philadelphia. I had a really great time next to the sewage plant. It was pretty fun, got some cards signed, got a figure box signed, and I kind of just wanted to go over my day and what happened there. This will be a pretty quick video, so don't expect anything.
I love you, kid. I lied to you. Sorry. I didn't want you to hate me, that's all. I don't think I can save myself. But maybe I can still save him. This may be the end of the road. But I hope you'll remember me when I'm gone. I promise I'll go out with a smile. You kidding me? No, I could never be a Marine.
But where do I begin? Woke up at 7:45.
Boring.
Hauled ass there with my friend Ellie. Got there about an hour early, and it was kind of weird. The convention center is like pretty ugly looking, like it's in the middle of nowhere. And I guess maybe the way we pulled up to the convention, it seemed kind of weird. Like we're passing the sewage plant and shit. I'm like, oh, nice area. Once you get to the front, it's kind of nicer. I think there's like a movie theater attached to it or something. I don't even know, but whatever. So getting there, we finally get in line. We're waiting about an hour to get in. We got there around like 10 o'clock. I think the convention opened at like 11. So just waiting in line. Typical people to expect. You have like the cringy people, the smelly, don't take care of themselves people, and then normal people. Waiting in line, just talking. It was freaking hot out, so that kind of sucked. And I don't know. There was a lot of weird things going on. There was this one guy that was like walking down the line with fucking like sock puppets. It's like, hello, how you doing? Who's ready for the convention? You know, and I'm like, there are people in line that were like also like conversing with him in like their anime. Hello, like it was kind of cringe. But outside of that, waiting in line, waiting to get in. Finally, we're like almost to the door, and guess who shows up? Steve from Gem Blenders is literally walking down the line handing out fucking business cards. And I was like, oh my god, like, is this guy gonna remember me? I have no idea. And he looks at me and he just smiles. And I smile. I'm like, yo, dude, how's it going? Steve is such a great guy. Would highly recommend everybody check out Gem Blenders. I did actually go to his table later on, but I'll get to that. Really, really dope dude. Love him. Such a great guy. And the fact that he kind of remembered me, like, I only saw him like twice. Weirdly enough, Steve and Gem Blenders has been at every con that I've been to, except maybe Anime New Jersey. But outside of that, he's been to PAX, Anime New York City, now fucking Too Many Games, and then he's also going to Anime New York City this year, which I'm going to, so I'm about to see him again. So, awesome dude. Really like made my day in the very beginning. I was like so excited. I'm like, yo, I love this guy. So anyways, go in, get our badges. I was asking like, hey, do you have like a paper that goes over what the panels are for the day? And they didn't have that. They were like, well, you got to download the app. You got to go to this, and then you can get the whole list of all the itinerary for the day. I'm like, bro, just fucking print it out on a piece of paper. Every convention does that, or they should do that. I'm not downloading an app just to go to some whack-ass has-been hotel panel, which I did at Anime New Jersey. Anyways, we get our badges, ready to go in. There's another line. I'm like, damn. But that went really quickly. So I'm waiting in line, and then this girl comes up to us from Too Many Games, and she's like, hey, would you guys do a video for our Too Many Games YouTube or fucking Instagram social media page? And my friend Ellie kind of just like looks at me and is like, that's the guy. And I'm like, so I'm like, well, what do you want me to say here? Like, I'm going to a gaming convention not to play games. I'm going for cards, to get cards signed and a figure box signed. And she's like, well, just tell us what you're here for. And I'm like, okay. And you would think, like, the fact I have a channel that I constantly record, bro, I am not good at on-the-spot recordings at all. Like, this is kind of on the spot, but I don't know. Maybe in public, I'm not good. Oh, my God. I was like, hi, my name is... insert my full government name, first and last. I'm at Too Many Games convention here in King of Prussia, and I'm here to get my cards signed by my favorite anime voice actors. And I could just see, like, the expression on her face. Like, she's like, okay, thank you. And I looked at the social media page the next day, and actually later that day, and they didn't post it. Thank God. I think it was because I gave them my full government name. She was like, this guy's a fucking idiot. So, whatever. Thank God that didn't go the way it should, but I probably should have used my YouTube name. I don't know. Just shows you how bad I am. Like, God forbid I live stream, it's over. I'm gonna be so shit at live streaming. So, anyways, get in the convention. Wasn't actually that bad. It was kind of hot inside the convention. They had good AC, but with so many people, like, a lot of the tables were crowded. You had, like, a lot of body heat, right? That was overdoing the AC. So really, if you wanted to be in, like, the cool areas, you had to be out in the open floor where they had just, like, tables and shit where nothing really was going on. So yeah, I mean, I didn't dress up as anything, and I was still sweating. So it just kind of goes to show you, like, those fucking people that dress all out in cosplay, I don't know how they don't get back home drenched, because I do. So anyways, the first thing I wanted to hit at the convention was the autograph tables. There were two people that I wanted to get autographs from. Ray Chase, who did the voices of Bruno Bucciarati in JoJo, and then Corazon in One Piece. Phenomenal guy. Phenomenal voice actor. Was so excited to see him. And the second voice actor was Megan Shipman. She did Cammy in One Piece, and then also Sasha Browse, or Sasha Blouse, however you want to say it, in Attack on Titan. So I definitely wanted to get her signatures. But again, the first thing I always will say when it goes to conventions is you gotta hit the autograph booths first. Because if you don't, a huge fucking line is gonna just appear out of nowhere, and you're talking 5 minutes per person. So if there's like 30 people in line, that's like an hour, 2 hours. I can't do math. What's 30 times 5? You're talking 2 hours, 2+ hours. You definitely got to hit them first. So the first thing we went to was the Ray Chase autograph line. He was not even there. Like, fucking disappeared. He did have a nice little note that said be back at 12, and we were there at 11, so I was like, alright, let's just walk around. I was a little nervous that, like, if we left, the line would just start building up, and thankfully that didn't really happen. So we left, we just started walking around, looking at the different booths, and then we went back like 30 minutes later. There was only like 5 people in line, so we got in line, waited for like, actually like an hour, because he showed up at 12. I was like, I gotta take a piss, and then fucking left, and then didn't come back for another 20 minutes. But it was worth it. The dude was so dope. I love Ray Chase, and I got some awesome cards signed, so I just want to quickly show you guys. So meeting Ray Chase was so dope, but he definitely is a pretty expensive voice actor. I went up, and first, obviously, you have to pay for what you want done. So what I got done was basically 2 cards that were signed, autographed by him, and then a quote put on each card. On top of that, I wanted to get a photo with him, so it was about $30 for the photo, $80 for these 2 cards, and then if I wanted a quote, it was additional $20. So right there, you're already looking at $230 just to get 2 cards signed and a photo with him. And thankfully, the one thing that I kind of always ask is like, hey, can I get multiple poses with the voice actor? Because the first time when I went to the Eren Yeager voice actor, I had to pay per pose, though it was pretty cheap. This one, they were like, no, you can take as many photos as you want with him. So really dope. I love this guy. So the first card I got signed was this freaking amazing card. Like, look how awesome. His fucking signature is so dope. So basically it's just Corazon running away with the heart fruit, whatever the hell Law's fruit was. Basically the quote I had him sign was, "I got it, Law, just like I said I would." Oh, so dope. I love it, love it. And the crazy part was, while he was signing it, I asked him to do the quote. While he was doing the quote, he fucking said it as in Corazon, like in the voice of Corazon. I was blushing. I was sweating. Oh my god. I was like, oh my god. Like, I can't even talk. It was just so freaking cool to hear him, like, say the lines of Corazon. So, it was just so dope. Just to further explain, like, I was shaking taking these cards out. Like, I couldn't do anything. I was so nervous. And then, lastly, we have this lovely card of Corazon with the fruit, with the peace sign. Just did a quote saying, "I love you, kid," which is the face he does before he puts Law in the chest and then dies. Sadly, spoiler alert, but really, really dope. So to get these two cards signed, it was $200, but to me, it was well worth it. I want to get these graded so bad and just keep them in my personal collection. I mean, I'm starting to get to the point where my collection has been changing from just getting the cards raw to grading and now fucking getting them signed with signatures. So really, really dope. Amazing, dude. And it don't even end there, right? So my sister has a figure of Corazon and Law together. This is the figure, really, really dope. And the last convention we went to was Anime New Jersey, and the voice actor for Kid Law was there. So when in Rome, we got it signed. And I was like, well, Sophia, I'm going to this convention, and your boy Corazon will be here, so I can have him sign the other side of the figure. And really, I was thinking this is going to be a premium product. It's going to be another $80. And thankfully, it was weird. I was talking to her, and I'm like, I got to get a figure signed, 2 cards. And she's like, well, is the figure a pop figure? I'm like, no. She's like, oh, perfect. So it's not a premium item. I'm like, all right. All right. It's not a premium item, sure. So I'll instead of spending $80, I only had to spend $50 to get him signed. So this is the freaking figure we got. You have young Law here with the signature, and then my sister kind of wanted like a red and white, something matching this. But the voice actors sometimes know what's best as far as color and pen, and the markers I brought really weren't that great, so he kind of suggested doing a reversal with his markers because he didn't have the color red. So whatever, got it reversed, and I thought it was really, really dope. So you got both signatures, fucking Corazon Law. Oh my god, I was so freaking hype. And when I showed him this, he was like, oh my god, that is so cool. I don't know if he was saying that to me or what, but really, really dope. And I was actually very worried because in the very beginning, when he was dealing with the first 2 people, he really didn't seem like interested or like into it. And it just wasn't the case when I walked up to him because it was me. It was Sttowe. He knew who I was. No, he was just a really dope dude. I love Ray Chase. Awesome, awesome guy. And then lastly, I had to get photos with him because I spent $30 fucking for photos. And I was just like, Ray, can I ask you if we could do a certain pose? And he was like, yeah, we could do the Corazon peace sign. And I'm like, oh my god, that's a great idea. Let's do that. But that was not what I had in mind. And he's like, well, what were you thinking? And I was like, Ray, can you lick me? Like Bucciarati. And he looked at me and he's like, what the fuck you like? You know, he didn't say that. He was just like, he was kind of like stun locked. And I was like, I'm kidding. Can we just do like the stare where you looking at me? And we did that. And he actually put his tongue out. He didn't lick me, sadly. But he did put his tongue out. And oh my god, those photos were so great. Absolutely loved them. Afterwards, we went to the Megan Shipman line, and crazy enough, she actually didn't have anybody in line. I was pretty surprised because I feel like even though she does a lot of like side characters, she does some pretty important side characters, and she does some pretty popular characters. I mean, she's the little girl in Spy Family, and I think like she's pretty popular. A lot of people go crazy for her, so was really shocked that her line was pretty empty. So the first card I got signed was the Sasha Blouse card. Sasha Blouse, however you want to say it.
She signed it really, really dope. Crazy enough, the autographs were $50 a piece when I looked online, but they only charged me $50 to get both of these autographed. So that was pretty cool. And then we had the Kami. And this one we have in white. I was kind of wanting to do gold, but she was like, oh, do white, it'll pop more. And it does kind of pop, but you can definitely see like the marker is kind of like running dry. So that kind of sucked. But still really, really dope. So got these 2 cards signed by her for only $50, which was not bad at all. Definitely want to get these graded as well. So the last thing on my itinerary was to go to the Gem Blenders booth, baby, and get some packs and cards signed by the lovely Steve. Went over to his booth, and oh my gosh, he's such a dope dude. I was talking to him. Bought a couple packs. We did a pack battle. Should have freaking recorded it, so I'll probably do that later. The next time I see him. And then we pulled these 2 awesome cards. So I was like, dude, you gotta sign these. So he signed them in gold and then silver. Kind of hard to see, but it is what it is. They're awesome, and I'm definitely going to try to get these graded if I can, because it's just so dope. And I also have another one in black that I got the last time I saw him. So black, gold, and silver, bro, I'm going to have them pinned up on my wall. They're so freaking dope. And then he also gave me this promo card, a battery. So freaking cute. And this one actually is a different artist. So the one thing I didn't even realize was the creator of the game, Steve, actually is the artist for some of the cards as well. I didn't even freaking know that. So, oh my god, such a dope dude. Would highly recommend his game. I can't shout him out enough because he's such a nice guy. I was actually talking to him about hey, you should add some more things to the game, maybe do serialized cards that are numbered, or maybe signature cards, because he has other artists, specialty artists, come in and do some cards. So it'd be cool if there was a signature rare that you could pull. And his answer to me was he'd love to, but it would definitely increase the price of the booster boxes and the packs and things like that. And oh my god, that's how you know this guy cares about the game and the love of the game, because he doesn't want to increase the prices that people have to pay to get this stuff. So it's really such a great guy. Would definitely just highly recommend his game and who he is. And he even had a freaking tournament, and I couldn't even go to it. It was at 6 o'clock.
But after that interaction, we kind of just walked the floor, went table to table, and man, there were so many people. I tell you, I could not be one of those people that has a table and it's just so compact. So many people. I would feel like I'm missing out on selling opportunities. I don't know how these people do it. But it was just so packed, and I had my shit done. I was fine, I'm done for the day. My friend Ellie, she wanted to get a controller and some games, so we kind of just walked around, whatever she could find, get some stuff. And then around 2 o'clock, we decided that we were just gonna go get food. We were thinking about eating there, but the food was kind of expensive and didn't look that appetizing. It just seemed worth it to just go somewhere else and then come back. So we decided to leave. And while we were leaving, I kind of had to go to the bathroom, do a deuce, a number 2. I know you don't want to know that, but the bathrooms were fucking packed. It was a line of 20, 30 people. And I was shocked. I was just wow. So if you gotta take a shit, dude, you're fucked, because you gotta wait in a line of 50 people. And there's probably only 1-2 stalls in the bathroom. It just, I was all right, fuck it, I'll hold it. So went to PJ Willahan's, got some food, and then right before we were leaving, I'm all right, I'm finally gonna use the bathroom. I go in, fucking filled to the brim. No, everybody's in there. I'm fuck, what am I gonna do now? I'm all right, there's a Target across the street. Let me tell you, we went across the street. I went in the Target, fucking packed as well. 2 stalls. So I'm waiting there, and it's I'm waiting there for 5 to 10 minutes. These fuckers are just jerking off in the stalls. It was really pissing me off. And you didn't hear anything. You didn't see them do anything. They weren't wiping. They were just on their phones, fucking around. Finally, one of the stalls opens up. I go to it, and I'm ready to, I lock the door. I'm ready to do my thing. No toilet paper. So I'm all right, get out, go back to the wall. I'm waiting for the other guy now. And this dude, bro, he must have been stroking his shit because he just wouldn't get out. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, I waited there like another 3-5 minutes. And I'm like, fuck, all right, I'm just going to go to the card section, see if they have anything. And went back, he was still fucking jerking it. Then, finally, I see a little bit of life in this guy in the most disgusting way. This guy was definitely mentally challenged to some degree, just like I am. Not to say I was staring him down in the stall, but low-key I was looking at what that leg action was doing, seeing if he was croaking it, what the fuck he was doing. Because, again, I've been waiting 10 minutes. This whole bathroom ordeal has been going on for now an hour, and I need to go. This dude is like spread eagle. His legs are like going outside the stall for him to... I don't know what he was doing. Then the bro turns fucking 180. And he's like facing the toilet. Like, that's how like his legs are positioned. And I guess he's just going to town, shoving something up his ass. I don't know. Finally, he leaves. And like he gets out of the stall. I'm like, yeah, looks like the type of person that would do that. Go in, and I finally go to the bathroom, and oh my god, and then the fucking toilet. It wasn't even done there. The toilet couldn't flush. The water pressure was so weak. You had to like hold it down, and oh my god, I was so nervous because another guy was waiting as well. So I was like, fuck, man, I like this whole time waiting, and now I'm gonna clog this shit for this other guy. Oh my god. At the end of the day, it was over. So I fucking done. We're like, all right, do we want to go back to the card convention or maybe go King of Prussia Mall? So went to King of Prussia Mall, walked around. Imagine that, spending $70 on a convention ticket just to go in the convention for 3 hours. I feel kind of bad, low-key, but went to the mall, walked around, did God knows what, drove home, and that was the end. So Too Many Games 2025 was a very fun convention for 3 hours. Some interesting people there, some pretty cool sellers, some amazing voice actors, loved it completely. And for the one guy that was stroking his cock 360 upside down in the stall, you can go fuck yourself.